Alright, Alex here. Just here in post, letting you know that at some point during this podcast for a few minutes, I probably talked to myself with no responses. Apparently Gonzo forgot to unmute his mic for the recording, so it's just me talking to myself. I scrubbed through this, I couldn't find what he was talking about, but you know what? If it's there, and damn it, Gonzo. Anyways, on to the Mellowcast.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Mellowcast, the official podcast for the Twitch team, the Mellow Fellows. And today with me, the magical, the wonderful, the boss penguin himself, Alex. How you doing, Alex?
Oh, mate. My name is Alex, also known as AlexIsPlaying on the old Twitch. I am just fantastic, drinking a lovely smoothie, a sunrise sunset. It is pineapple, mango, banana, and strawberry combined. I just had a cheese quesadilla. I'm very tired. I play a lot of video games, and I haven't had coffee for 12 hours. How are you, Gonzo?
I am delicious right now. See, I've at least had some sleep today. You sound like you're on your sixth cup of coffee, ready to take on the next 6 days in a row. And I love that energy.
See, you want to know the real truth?
Do tell.
I only had one coffee today. I was in bed getting ready to take a nap, and I look at the clock at 11, and I looked at the day, and I'm like, oh yeah, there's supposed to be a podcast today. So in a half sleepy, stupor, I kind of crawled out of bed, sat in the chair, ordered myself a smoothie, and messaged you going, hey, we're recording today, aren't we?
Yeah, I remember getting that message earlier. See, I figured, you would take at least a quick nap prior to it. And I was like, let me give him some rest. He's probably tired after streaming for like 17 hours or something like that. And, I figured, hey, we'll do it sometime today. And then that's when you messaged me. I was like, oh, perfect timing. I was just thinking about you.
Yeah, you came to my mind, actually, because I was watching speedrun videos on YouTube, and that's why you came to my mind. And I hopped right out of bed.
I guess I'm the speedrunning god that everybody needs in their
Oh,
life.
yeah.
Something
You're
like
the
that.
favorite one I watch.
Or fall asleep to, whichever comes first, right?
Yeah, I mean, you're good for both. I'll accept both.
You're not the first person to tell me that. A lot of people come in and will watch a speedrun and end up falling asleep or taking a nap. And then they'll wake up and let me know, hey, you're pretty good for sleeping naps. I'm like, oh, gee, thanks. I guess the voice really does its job, I suppose.
See, at first, when people would tell me that, I kind of thought it was an insult, wow, I'm that boring. And now I'm like, actually, that's a legitimate compliment. Like, people trust me for their relaxation.
Yeah,
It's
not
nice.
not gonna lie, I usually throw you up right before bed. Um, Sometimes I have to wait till you start so I can go to bed. But when you're on, and I just pass out. I don't know. I just feel safe when you're around. It's just this thing. I've tried to sleep to other streamers, but I just can't. You know.
So you're calling me boring.
See, I thought when people slept on me that I was boring, but I get it. Like now I understand why.
Oh,
like
makes perfect sense.
I understand why people will just hang out and then just doze off, right? Because I'll be watching your streams and I'm like, this is so cozy and so comfy, right? And then it's already morning. I'm like, oh wait, I got to get up for work. That's kind of what you do to me, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I can't really do it too much on Twitch because Twitch mobile for me is absolutely awful. And because I'm in bed, I'm watching stuff on my tablet, my Wi-Fi constantly disconnects, so I just do YouTube myself.
That's fair. That's
But
fair.
sorry, I
Yeah,
had a little bit of a smoothie burp, so there was a weird break. I was still on a train of thought, but it was I can't talk anymore. I gotta let this out.
that's completely fair.
Yeah.
Oh, it must have been a good smoothie then.
Oh, it's a great smoothie right now. It's keeping me nice and hydrated, nice and sane. Can't complain.
But you got that massive sugar rush, and then you're just gonna get that crash later. But at least you'll be in bed, passed out, hopefully, right?
I've been not sleeping well, so it's hopefully I'll pass out, but usually I just kind of fall asleep. I'll get 4 hours. The alarm rings, and it's oh, time to stream again.
How do you do it? How do you not sleep for anything more than 6 hours and be completely sane on stream?
I'm just super like completely used to it that my body's like, okay. So like when I go on stream, I just kind of like flip a switch and I'm like, okay, this is my life for the next 7 hours. And then when the stream is done, I am like a completely different person. I'm old, sciatica's kicking in. I'm just like rolling into bed and I'm like, this is nice. I don't have to leave here. And
And
then I always do.
so the last few days I've been waking up super early to do my long speed runs. And I'm like, I quite enjoy waking up this early and starting an early stream because then it gives me the rest of the day to, kind of just do whatever I want. So do you have that same kind of feel when you wake up after like a short rest from, streams and then you just roll into stream? Do you think you have the rest of the day to yourself or do you just pass out?
It depends how much sleep I got the night before. See, I love my schedule because I'm just so into it, and like for me, like I have to be like in a certain flow. I have to kind of like schedule my life in a certain way. If it kind of like deviates at all, like I get all thrown off. So like I know like as long as I wake up at midnight, I'm in the shower for 12:15, I'm washed, I fucking like I go stream from like 1 to 8, and then after that, like whatever happens, either it's nap time or it's like work on other stuff time, then like more work time after the nap. Like as long as I can follow like the same path every day, like I'm super at ease, I'm super at will, and like usually when I'm done streaming, I'm like, cool, what can I accomplish with my day now? And like the answer for that's like always different, but like it only like differs between like 3 or 4 different like things, if that makes sense. And it's very comfy.
Hmm, that's interesting. Because I know a lot of people or a lot of streamers rather have their routine, right?
Hmm.
Like me, for example, I have to make sure that my preamp is on, that my mic is set up a perfect way, that my desk is up at a certain angle, before I start streaming, or at least I feel comfortable streaming. I have to make sure that I have at least, 2 hours of rest prior to stream sometimes, because depending on how long the stream is, of course. But no, I completely get it that it's it's definitely very different for everybody with their
Yeah.
routine and just how much time you have and things that you have to complete in a day.
I like winging it, honestly. Like I just have like the one thing I have my alarm and I have my start stream time. But beyond that, like I just wing it with like everything. It works for me. And I don't think I could like get like into a routine, like an extreme routine or like this like very specific routine, like play by play, like you just said, without like losing my mind. Like the extent of my routine is I start the coffee maker and I grab my coffee when my music's rolling, and I get back downstairs and hopefully don't make a mess. Like a lot of times I even forget to like swing my mic out and stuff.
That's a challenge trying to
Mhm.
juggle coffee in your hands without trying to spill and die halfway through.
Dude, usually I don't even like know like what I'm doing on like my stream until literally 3 minutes before. I'm like, I'm playing a game today. What am I playing? And I'll like stare at my game shelf and I'll pull out a game like literally 2 minutes before I hit go live.
I
Like
like
I just
that.
wing it.
It's actually kind of cool because a lot of people plan their streams like 6 days prior. Like, all right, today I'm going to do this, and then they get to it, and then something happens, and you're like, all right, I guess we're not doing this today. We're doing something else. But I just like that randomness that you have, where you can just
Well,
pick anything and just roll with it.
I think it's because like I hate planning like games and like movies and stuff like anything kind of entertainment out because like I never know what my mood's gonna be until the time hits. Like today, I picked out Control. I wasn't planning on doing Control for like 2 or 3 more weeks, but I just wasn't feeling like anything retro today. So I was like, "Yeah, screw it, we're doing Control." Made my title that. I was live 3 minutes later, playing like a AAA game with like no pre-hype or anything for it. It's like, cool, let's do it.
Speaking of titles, you do have like the best titles ever. And I feel like you should create your own title maker engine thing because by God, your titles every time are super catchy and super like they pull you in.
See, the title creation, depending on what it is either incredibly easy or super, super difficult. Because I've done so many Dead by Daylight streams now. How many times can like I like, just shit on myself in a title. Like, I'm running out of different ways at this point, but I always find a way. And now with like all these retro games and whatnot, like it's easy. Like now that I'm getting like heavier back into variety and stuff, my god, I'm having fun.
So, what's your thought process in trying to create a title? What do you really look for? Is it really just trying to make yourself look like crap, or is it just you're trying to find some type of entertainment value? What do you really look for when you're making a title?
All right, so it depends what I'm doing. So with retro, I always because I stream in the retro category for everything retro these days. I always want to be clear with what the game is, what platform I'm playing on first and foremost. No clickbait. There we go. And then I usually just like look at the cover and I go, what is this game? So I'll look at like Bloodwake on the Xbox. I'd be like, there's machine guns, there's a boat, people shooting at me, and I'd be like, I'm mounting me a Gatling gun, killing people on the high seas. Yep. And then like for Dead by Daylight, I'll just put my hour count because people care about that for some reason. And then I'll be like, okay, so I'm not a very competitive person. I'm not here to win every single game. How can I make that very, very obvious in the title? And I'll just roll with it and just shit on myself so people understand I'm not trying to be the best there is at all.
Hmm. I mean, at least you put yourself in a separate category from everybody else, right? Like,
Yep.
especially games that are super competitive. For example, like Call of Duty, right? People will put, working towards number one ranked spot, number one ranked kills, or whatever the case may be. And you're just like, hey, I'm just here to play. Let's
Yeah.
go have fun. I'm not great. I'm not good, but I will entertain you, and that is something you do.
Excuse me, I'm not good. I'm the greatest gift to Dead by Daylight. Then, now, forever, I am the prodigy. I am the one. I am the glue that holds that game together. I also just don't give a fuck.
This is a paid message by Alex. Alex is amazing at DBD. He is the greatest killer of all time. I wish
Don't
I
forget
had
Survivor.
skills. Oh, excuse me, sorry. He is the greatest killer and survivor of all time. Move the prompt up. Move it up, move it up. He said he is a god, and that he is. I wish I was like him when I grow up. End message.
Thank you, Gonzo. I really appreciate the compliment. I'll
Yeah,
be sending the money to your PayPal next week.
thank you, good sir. Appreciate it.
Anytime.
and half of my soul is there too, but that's all right. Not too bad. Not too bad. Um, so I forgot to kind of mention it in the beginning of the podcast, but this is our second year as Mellow Fellows, since the Mellow Fellows was created by you, of course, and our very first podcast was you kind of just interviewing me in a sense, and now this year it's the same thing but in reverse.
Yeah, funny how that works out, right?
Uh, the student Matt gets better than the teacher, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. Is there a lesson to be learned here or something?
The lesson is if the boss can offload work to his minions, he will offload work to his minions.
God damn it! I fell for it, didn't I?
Uh-huh. You're not getting a raise.
Damn it! Even after
No benefits either.
the
I'm also taking the overtime.
but I work hard for that overtime.
Well, congratulations. Now it's part-time.
God damn it. All right. Well, you see, we're going to cut this podcast short. I'm just kidding. No, I mean, 2 years as the boss penguin, the boss man of the Mellow Fellows, right? You've created this wonderful group of people who are definitely the mellowest and chillest people around. Very, very family oriented, very genuine people. Um, how do you feel now after 2 years of building this team from the bottom up? Where do you see yourself, taking this team to, and just future plans or hopes rather, without shooting us down completely?
So like how do I see it? Well, first of all, like I'm really just happy like with where the team has kind of like got because so many like people have joined the team and have grown so much like over the years. Like we've gained people, we've lost people, typical stuff. Um the thing is like when it comes to, like the future of the team, like I never really know like where we're going to go. I just kind of take things day by day if people have suggestions. Obviously like in the last year, it's only been a year since we launched the YouTube channel. And like we've done like 10 clip shows. This is what like the 14th podcast. We're starting to do gameplay videos together. More and more of us started to like collaborate. Like I've been seeing that more often lately. So it's like right now, like we're just kind of like in that family vibe stage. Would I love to do like big streams and stuff like as a group together, like a course? And hopefully like sometime we can. I would love to do that in the future. But you know how it is, like with like 80 people and like differing schedules, it's tough. It's tough to kind of like arrange that. But like
That's
right now, like just for like 2 years, like the team's like grown and done so well, I feel like. And like, I don't know,
definitely.
like just I want to see like where things just kind of go. And whenever like ideas kind of strike me, I'll be like, hey team, let's do this today.
Yeah, it is kind of hard to schedule events or things to do with everyone since everybody has their uh different schedules, of course. Um and not everybody streams every day or is available every day, and it kind of is interesting, right? How people will make time for, let's say like an event that we try to do or host.
Yep.
People will try to make time for it, and even though it's not in their main stream schedule, they'll still put the effort into it because they want to be part of something. They want to be part of a team. They want to be part of a family. You know, but
And I think like another thing that's too is like very challenging about it. And, like this, I don't think this is a flaw of the team. I think this is like actually a really positive aspect to the team. And what I love about the team is that we're from like so many different areas around the globe and we all do completely different things. Like we have like our retro streamers, our Dead by Daylight streamers, we have a few people that do creative RPGs, we have people that do shooters. Like we have like so many like different genres as well that there is like a lot of mix and match, and it's like very tough to kind of like find people that are like interested like in all those different things.
yeah,
But I feel like the variety of our team is like such a beautiful part of it.
there's always that that one person or that one viewer that wants to watch strictly like DVD, right? Or wants to
Yep.
watch strictly, RPGs or speedruns or whatever the case is. And it's kind of nice to have that variety in the team. Like, I mean, we have a lot of variety. We've been tackling that retro category heavily now, but there's so much retro, right? Retro in itself is
Yep.
also a huge variety category. Um, but hey, people love those retro streams, and it's it's nice to see more of that, if that makes sense, especially in our team because we were really lacking in that category for a while now, I
Oh
believe.
wow. Dude, I'm on like our team page right now, and we have 7 people on in 7 radically different genres at the moment. Like it's insane. Because for a while, like yeah, it was just like retro and DVD only on the team, and then people were like, "Hey, can we get like some more stuff?" I'm like, "Okay." And now I think I like helped recruit like a lot of like really really nice variety for the team. So I had like one of my biggest focuses was trying to make sure that there was like something for everyone on the team. And I
Yeah,
think in that regard, it's been pretty successful.
yeah, most definitely. Because it is hard to find a team that has streamers similar to the genres that you would normally stream, right? Like DBD would be easy. Grab a couple of DBD streamers. Everybody plays DBD. Cool. Now you have a DBD kind of small niche community within the team, right? And then now we have a huge retro category that we can all just kind of toss people around to, kind of like ping pong or whatever.
Yep.
um and then I think recently we've had who are our recent streamers? We had a lot of variety esque streamers, right?
Well, our newest streamers, because we haven't added anyone since June, because we've closed off applications for a while, but our newest ones were Poison and Hangout Hut, who both do quite a bit of Nintendo stuff, actually, and I always catch Hangout Hut, like, doing racing games as well, and Poison loves doing, like, a lot of indie games and stuff like Terraria. It's they do, like, a good amount of variety, yeah.
Nice, nice. And that's good because we can definitely use that kind of variety on the team because it just we're not strictly DBD and retro, right? Because we don't want it to be strictly DBD and retro. because then we're just we're basically keeping our viewers and our community kind of just within that. I want to be able to take my community, my speedrun community, and show DVD to them if they haven't seen it, or show them some Nintendo Switch games if they've never seen it, or show them an art stream. If somebody's streaming that, like, it's always nice to have that option to do that, and not just, all right, I guess today we'll do the same person over and over again.
Yep. Well, I think it's also really good from like a streamer point of view as well. Like not just like for the viewership point of view, which is also great. I think just like help like expand people's tastes on Twitch. Kind of like make other categories thrive. But I think it's because by having so many different communities, like myself, like if I'm going to other streams and whatnot, like I can see what other people are doing and like take inspiration from these different games or get interested in these different categories, right? Like I've always enjoyed retro streaming quite a bit, but since getting people like Cola and JB and Ryan and Hitch and like all them, I got like really heavily invested in like going all in like with the whole retro thing in addition to what I commonly do. And I've seen like a lot of people on the team also kind of like transition to retro or transition over to DBD or maybe try another game that they saw all the other mellows do. Like a lot of people got like on a Skyrim kick recently and Dark Souls kicks recently, and that's I think because they were watching people on the team doing all these categories and got interested. So I think it's just good for like streamers' content as well to have a team full of like variety.
Definitely, because you know how many times people have come into the stream and have said, "Hey, I started playing this game because I watched you play it." It's from somebody else's community, right? Because they rated me, and I was playing let's say like Golden Sun, for example, and people were like, "Wow, I haven't seen this game in years. It looks fun. You make it look fun, and now I want to play it," right? And then they kind of just hang out with you more because you got them into something that was obviously fun for them, and kind of just created more excitement to watch more of your stream in a sense.
It's always a cool feeling, man. I've got 3 people to pull out their PSPs.
Oh yeah.
It was great. I love that.
So tell me more about that, right? So you've been diving into like heavy into the retro category lately, right? So you've been lately, I think PSPs has been your thing, and recently Xbox, right?
Yep. And a Saturn as well.
Oh
Well,
yeah, and
technically I bought
Saturn.
2 Saturns. Yeah. So obviously, like I love older games, okay? Like I love the retro category. Like when I built like Mellow Fellows, like the 2 main categories I watch for retro and Dead by Daylight. So like I love my retro scene, but like it always like start getting into it and kind of like hopping out of it, right? Um and now I've been like really inspired to like dive headfirst into it because I realize that as a streamer, if I want to continue streaming for the foreseeable future, I need to rely on more than just one singular game. Because that one game's not gonna last forever, right? And I look at like the categories and streamers like I, take a lot of ideas from or I enjoy watching a whole ton. And I'm like, I mainly like retro. And when I look at the retro category, I always, you see like your GameCube, you see like your N64, your PS1, your NES, your SNES. And I'm like, what are like some older consoles like I love that I feel like underrepresented on Twitch? And I came to the conclusion that I love the original Xbox, I love the PSP, and I always wanted a Sega Saturn, and I felt like all 3 of those are so underrepresented on Twitch that I just wanted to dive into those and just start sharing those games. And so many of these games, so many viewers have never even heard of or never even seen. Like, who the hell has heard of Mad Dash Racing? Who the hell knew that From Russia with Love on PSP was even a port, you know? And I just like love sharing that stuff. And now I'm just heavily into it.
Well, it's good. It's good. It's definitely got me into more retro gaming, of course, for sure. Especially watching. I forgot what was that mini game esque where you were playing. What was it? You were playing those mini games and you were getting money for playing those.
WTF, Work Time Fun?
Yes, yes,
Yes.
that was so trippy, and like I didn't know how to take it all in, but it looked fun, but it also looked super trippy. Can you tell me more about that game?
All right, so WTF Work Time Fun was a game that came out in '05 or '06 on the PSP. And it was basically a WarioWare-esque game out of Japan, but it was like really Japan. Like this is like we're talking about like the anime characters in Japan made this game. Like that's how like deep we're going here. And I don't know, like, there's really not much to say about it. Like, you got to go to like vending machines and buy mini games, and the mini games are stuff like putting caps on pens, or hitting 1,000 baseballs, or I don't know, like playing Simon Says with like puking heads, and like you could also unlock these like little mini tools. Like there's like a ramen egg timer you can get, where or not egg timer, but like a ramen noodle timer, where it's literally a stopwatch, but it has either a girl in a bikini or a really ripped dude in a speedo cheering your noodles on as they get cooked in full video. And it's like, what is this game? Why does this exist? Why is it so grindy? Why did I play this for 3 hours? I hate everything. I love this game.
Yeah. Because it's funny because I think I had just either gotten done playing WarioWare
Mhm.
or was beginning to play it. So I kind of was I knew a little bit about WarioWare and its like mini games, and it just reminded me of the old I don't know if you remember Shockwave.com.
Oh, of course, remember Shockwave.
Oh yeah, everybody remembers the old Flash games. You just play a game and you just go. You don't know what it is, but it looks fun
Yep.
anyways. Yeah, that's kind of what it reminded me of, and I loved it right away. But it was still very trippy, very anxiety heavy, I guess, because it was just so different and so fast.
I
But
just, yeah, dude, the mini games. They're not for everybody, but like I love them so much, and there's so many of them. People don't realize how many of these games actually exist. They're everywhere,
you
and I'll
know,
buy them all and play them all.
to be fair, I've never heard of these mini pack games like that, right? You know, for my first experience was WarioWare, and then right after was WTF watching you play, and I was like, wow, I to think that they made multiple of these particular games trying to, you know, keep it different. Like, how do you create so many of these flash mini games that are always different and always unique, in a sense?
Well, the thing is, there are like more games like this that you just don't even think about them being like this, but like they are there. Like Mario Party, for instance. The board game's there, but like that is like a compilation of 100 different mini games with a board game backdrop, for instance.
That's fair.
And like Xbox has Fusion Frenzy. Sony made Ape Escape on the Loose. Like a lot of companies, like it's weird how they all take like the similar like kind of game idea or mini game ideas and just like give it a different skin. And some of them are terrible Ape Escape on the Loose, so I'm not going to name any Ape Escape on the Loose. And then some just completely nail it. WarioWare, I just love it so
Hmm.
much.
Nice. To be honest, I never really thought about it like that. That's actually interesting. Thank you for bringing that up now.
Yeah.
Now I kind of want to play Mario Party.
Dude, if you want to just play the minigames, 3DS, the top 100 is just the 100 best Mario Party minigames on a cartridge without the board game. It's
Hmm.
terrible. Don't get it.
Don't get it. Got it. So get it is what you're telling me.
Mario Party kind of needs the board game, but that's what glues all the minigames together.
That's fair. That's fair. So you've been streaming for how long now?
I've lost track. I think it's 1,300. Well, I started my first stream
Hmm.
was in 2008 on Guitar Hero 2 on Ustream.
Oh boy.
Then I got on Twitch in 2012, and my current streak is 1,358 days in a row.
How do you do it, Alex? How do you do
Um,
it?
Coffee, lack of sanity, nothing else better to do. I need money.
Emphasis on the last one. Emphasis.
Money.
So it's funny, right? So you said we did what 1,250 days or something like that, I believe.
Yeah, I did 1250, which was gonna be like my last milestone because I know the streak's not gonna live forever. So I
Right.
said this is the last milestone I feel comfortable in saying I'm going to get for the foreseeable future. So I'm gonna call this I'm not saying this is gonna be the last one, but there is a chance that like this will be the last like major milestone I hit.
So this is almost 1,300 or over 1,300 days
Yep.
of consistent streaming. No breaks, no
Nope.
vacation, no holidays. Even if you're sick, you're going in.
Oh yeah.
That how do you deal with, you know, the just trying to get yourself through 1,300 days of consistent streaming, right? How do you come up with 1,300 days of ideas for streams? How do you how do you feel after 1,300 days of streaming in a row?
So the answer for that kind of varies. There have been definitely like some trying bits. Like I went blind in one eye earlier this year. I was in a massive amount of pain. I've had like flus and stuff. You know, like I've gone through like my trials and tribulations. I balanced a normal job on top of this for like the first 600-700 days of this, if not more. But if you we kind of like bar like all like the really exhausting aspects, or like just kind of like the sick days and whatnot. I think it's really easy for me to maintain because I remain on a schedule with it. Like I'm very strict with my scheduling. I know when my start time is. I know when my end time is. I never really run over. I make sure not to burn myself out. And I think it's I can stay so invested and not get tired of it or get like completely run down on it because I'm not afraid to completely drop what makes me successful and move on to something else, right? Like I've swapped major categories 4 or 5 times over the course of this. I've nuked my viewership many times. Like obviously I've been on Dead by Daylight for a while now, but if I was bored of Dead by Daylight and I didn't like it, I would have no problem cutting it. And I've proven that I would do that multiple times now. And I feel like there's like a bit of a freedom to that because I never really feel trapped in doing anything that I'm doing.
See, that's fair
And
because I do believe, right? I do believe that a lot of our streamers right now feel like they're kind of trapped in a
yep.
sense, right? And granted, they're not partners, they're not, you know, like super big streamers or anything like that, but they still feel
Mhm.
trapped because their community is revolved around one specific game, right?
Yep.
And it's I feel like it's always good to have a main game to fall back to,
Hmm.
but at the same time, I feel like it also hinders you because if you move somewhere, right, then your viewer numbers just drop, your community just doesn't want to watch it. They say they say, hey, play whatever you want. We're here for you, but they really want to watch you play a specific game, right? Um, and I think that everybody should be able to play whatever they want without having to worry about, you know, numbers or specific game or viewers or anything of that sort. I feel like they should just play whatever they want. What say you about that?
All right, so for me, it's a little bit different because streaming is my full-time job. Um, so like I said, I could drop Dead by Daylight anytime I wanted. But as of right now, because I'm not burned down on it, I enjoy it. Like I like using half of my streams to experiment in other things. But I feel like if it's just like a hobby and whatnot, or even if it is your job, and you want to do like a radical content shift, you got to turn off the viewer numbers. You got to like look at nothing. And what I always tell people when it comes to this, when they get discouraged, is that if you are like trying to rapidly shift your content, it's like starting up like a new TV show, right? You are like on season one. You've built no momentum yet. Nobody knows the characters. Nobody knows what's happening. But you gotta like, you gotta do like a good 12, 13 episode run, see how the ratings are, see if there's any potential there. Like actually let it breathe, actually let your viewership to kind of come in and give it a shot at least before you drop it like halfway into the season. And I think that a lot of people get so discouraged if they try something for a week and it just doesn't pan out. Like sometimes you gotta stick with stuff, right? For like a week or two, or like more than that, like a month or two, before you see like any real results, right? Like I've been doing retro, like pretty not heavily, but like I've been getting more and more heavily into it. But I started rotating it in more commonly in like January, right? Viewership was abysmal. And viewership now still isn't fantastic on it. But like I've already like over doubled or close to tripled it according to my analytics because I've stuck with it. Like I've built up a viewer base with it. I've had viewers that maybe would not want to give it a shot actually coming in, like, see a game that maybe they want to watch and now they stick around for the retro. Like you gotta like let your content breathe a bit and not get discouraged by like a very poor start. And I think it's very important to like kind of like remember that.
Yeah, I feel like it's that start is what gets people nervous about trying something else, right?
Yep.
Um, like I know, for example, that me once I kind of like moved away and did less speed running, I kind of saw my numbers drop a little, which is fine, and I was expecting that, and I knew it was gonna happen, but I didn't panic. I didn't panic
Mhm.
at all. I did whatever I wanted to do, and people that showed up, showed up. If they didn't, whatever, cool. I'm not going to be like, you have to be here when I'm streaming this game to support me. I, I could care less, right? I I do appreciate anybody that comes out and hangs out with me, of course, right? I always do. But, people have things to do. People have other things they want to watch. And,
Yep.
sometimes people just want to come say hi to you. And I love that. But also, I did have a content change or content shift too. I started doing more retro stuff lately, and I'm starting to see more newer regulars, if that makes sense.
Yes. You've been
And
killing it.
it's been fun. It's been
Yeah.
really really fun, and more new regulars kind of gives you a sense that even though you changed your content a bit, there are other people out there who also like the content that you're doing now. So there is that sense of worry in the beginning, but once you start seeing progress, it kind of gets addicting and you want to see more of it. You want to do more of it to see if you can grow, basically.
Like, yeah, and it's just again, like it just kind of goes into like people need to take a gamble on themselves and like really try this new stuff. There are so many people on like even just this team, right? That have done radical content shifts, and I think it's paid off like so well. Who like really comes to mind? Like besides you, because like again, you've been doing so well with the Game Boy Advance stuff. But like I look at Pango, right? Pango like joined our team as a Dead by Daylight only streamer. He took a gamble. He dropped Dead by Daylight, went to RPGs, and now he is doing phenomenally well because he let it breathe. Didn't do well at first, and now it's going so well for him. Why? Because he stuck to it, and he went, you know what? I'm enjoying this, and now like his regular viewers are like even showing up, and like it's wonderful to see. Like I wish like more people like would kind of like take that approach that you're taking, I'm taking, Pango took. It's like always nice to see when people like actually, willingly stick to this kind of content that they really want to do and don't let like a week or two. That's a weird sentence. Kind of like ruin like any plans for it.
Yeah, definitely. Because once you're engulfed in a specific game or category or whatever, everybody expects you to do nothing but that, right?
Mhm.
It's just like speedrunning. If people come watch you do a specific speedrun, they don't see you do that specific speedrun, and again the next day, then they wonder, a lot of wondering, if they're gonna come back or not, right? Because I know if I speedrun a specific game, I know who's gonna come. I know who's gonna show up every
Yep.
time. That's just embedded, right? But if I speedrun a different game, I don't know who's going to show up. I don't know who likes this kind of content, but I enjoy it. If I feel that if you're not having fun as a content creator, streamer, or whatever, if you're not having fun, and your viewers can see that, right? You may not think it. Your viewers can see, especially if you have a webcam. Viewers can see everything. They notice
100%.
everything, 100%. And it's mind boggling to me that even though a streamer isn't happy, they still go on with it. I feel that if the streamer's happy, they look like they're having a good time, then that's going to reflect in the chat. That reflects off of me, makes me happy, makes me want to try what they're doing because they're also having fun, right?
Yeah. And a big thing with streamers, and it's a very common thing, is like incredible burnout if you're a streamer. I shouldn't say every, but so many streamers get so burned out because they're like afraid to change or like they've just been kind of like going like down the same path nonstop. Um, and burnout is like the worst thing for streaming, right? Like it's not a traditional job, right? Like if you work retail, you're burned out, like you're still getting paid consistently, like you're still going to be fine, like you're going to be in your boss's good graces, you're just not going to be feeling it. As a streamer, being burned out is going to affect your content in every single way, shape, and form. And in the long run, it's going to hurt you. Like you may be more stable, like while burned out for like a temporary amount of time. But once like people start picking up on it and you start like decreasing in viewership and decreasing like in interaction, you're gonna wish like you did like a little bit of like the content shift or like change something. Like you cannot afford to stay burned out as a streamer. Like it's going to have such a negative impact. And so many people kind of get stuck in that vicious cycle of sticking to one thing and only one thing and letting it drive them nuts. And they just kind of kill everything they were building. And I always hate seeing it.
So what's one thing, right? Obviously to get away from that burnout. Is it just to change games? Is it to just do something else? Is it to step away from streaming? Is it to just keep grinding your face on the same game? Like, what would give to the younger streamers or the newer streamers that are trying to build something? Um, what would you tell them about that?
If you're like facing burnout, you got to address like what is it that's burning you out? Is it the schedule? Is it balancing like real life and stream? Is it just like your actual like viewers? Like what is like causing you like the level of stress and like, not feeling it? Because sometimes it could really just be a simple switch of a schedule change or just doing just shorter streams. Like if you're grinding out 8 hours and you're feeling so burned out, maybe go for like 4 hours, maybe cut a day off your schedule. Are you feeling just completely like apathetic towards the game you're doing or the content you're doing? Find something else that you may actually enjoy. Hang out and like watch other streams. Like, what do you enjoy in the streams you're watching? Like, what would you like to emulate? Like, what do you want to draw inspiration from? And like make your own content that you can actually be proud of. Like, if you're completely burned out, there's usually like that one or two little things that are just completely like affecting you the most. And sometimes it is to like step away, but a lot of times I really do think it's just a schedule change or just a content shift that you're gonna need to do.
That's fair. I mean, excuse me. I mean, like, I know that I've gone through my phases of just not wanting to stream anymore, and not because of the numbers, not because I wasn't growing or anything. It was just like there was something that I was missing that I knew I needed, but I didn't know what exactly, right? And I kind of feel now that I found it, because I think every streamer at one point goes through the same thing where
Hmm.
they feel that their content isn't good enough. And that's kind of where I was at one point, where I just kind of stopped streaming for a while because I felt like my content wasn't good enough. And at one point, I wanted to just stop streaming and just play games, right? Just play games offline, don't care, no
Yep.
recording, no nothing. But it took a lot to figure out what I was good at and how to, um, I guess, expand on that. Because everybody's different at everything, right? Everybody has their
Yep.
specific something, right? What would you say is your specific something that you are good at?
I'm good at. I'm just like good at. I see. It's weird like saying like what I'm good at because I feel like I'm not like a good judge of like what I'm really good at. But I do think I am excellent at just kind of delivering stuff that you would not fully ever expect. Like, sure, like my content like is usually roughly the same. Like it's like 3 hours of variety, 3 hours of Dead by Daylight, four variety, four Dead by Daylight, full Dead by whatever. Like people know what to expect there. But like you never know like what I am going to be delivering in terms of that stream. How am I going to be playing? How am I going to be acting? What like random ass game am I going to be bringing up? Batman Begins in the Xbox original, Bratz Rock Angels. I'm a 30-year-old man. Let's play a Barbie game. Like I like delivering like that unexpected stuff, and I feel like I'm very good at that. And I also feel like I'm a very casual person. Like a lot of people stream and like they're very official about it, and they get like very, like, hi, how are you? What's up? Good seeing you. Like I just treat everyone like they're on the couch next to me. I've known them for like 15 years. Like I don't have like that really formal relationship with my audience, and I think that is also like a very strong point of me. Like I'm just very casual with everybody, and like they just been my buds forever. That's how I like doing things.
Got to keep it casual, keep everything chill, right? Because if
Hmm.
if you got to stick up your butt, then people are gonna question some things. Why do you have a stick up your butt, right?
Yep.
But no, I actually do like that, like the whole casual feel of just walking into your stream. Hey, what's up, Alex? Hey, how you doing? How's this? How's that? Like as if we've known each other for years, right? And,
What
and
we have.
I mean, we have now, but but I'm talking about especially when I first um entered the stream. And what's funny was I I didn't even like Dead by Daylight at the time at all. Period. I was watching a friend of mine stream. She doesn't stream anymore, but years ago, she actually rated you, which is kind of interesting. I was watching her late night. She rated you because she was also playing Dead by Daylight at the time, and you seemed pretty cool. I was like, oh, this guy's cool, whatever. Didn't follow you that night. Then I guess she rated you one more time, I believe, or I guess I had just started getting into Dead by Daylight, and I was looking for advice and kind of like everything like that, like every other newbie Dead by Daylight player would. And I guess I found you again via the directory. Um, and I was like, oh, I remember this guy. This guy's cool. And then I asked you so many questions. I mean, like I just laid them all down that night, and you answered each and every one of them, as if like yeah, I knew you had like 100+ viewers at the time, but you treated me as if like I was special in a sense. Like you answered every question, you gave me attention, you interacted with me. You didn't just brush me off as some peasant, right?
Who are
And
you?
I mean, anyways, so
So you're gonna resub or not?
uh I think I'm cutting my sub today, guys. I don't know. I don't know. My bank account. I got my money in my savings, and then the money goes into checking, and I got to get the money from transfer. It takes about 3 days, and I don't know if that's going to be long enough to resub, Alex. I'm sorry, but no, I felt I felt comfortable just hanging out because it wasn't just you know another 100+ viewer streamer acting like a big egotistic maniac, basically. And once I saw that, I kind of figured what kind of person you were, and you were a really nice person. You're really knowledgeable, and you really cared about your viewers. It's not like you just stream and you just, like I said, treat us like peasants. You care about us individually. Like everybody, like especially your regular. You know who they are. Like you hang out with them, you talk with them, you interact with them, right? And I think that is like your strong suit. You're very likable in that sense. And here's another paid message from Alex. Alex is the best streamer ever. Please go watch him at twitch.tv/AlexIsPlaying. He is usually playing DBD 4 hours every night. Scratch that. He's usually playing Michael Myers 8 hours a night, every night.
You're
That's
fired.
that's all Alex did.
Oh
8 hours a
shit.
night. Sorry, I gotta scratch that out. He does retro for 4 hours now.
Mhm.
Great streamer. Penguin emotes. $5.99
Oh
now.
yeah.
Go watch Alex.
$4.99. Unless you're on mobile.
Unless you're on mobile, $5.99.
Yep.
Can't believe they
I don't
actually
know.
did that.
Well, they had to because the whole Apple and like Google Play Store tax, which is just dumb.
Wait,
I don't know.
really?
Yeah, that they have to because that's why like Epic is like currently at odds like with Apple and like freaking Google because there's a 30% fee on all transactions, including just any in-app things. Like even Twitch subs are affected by that 30% cut that Twitch has to pay.
That is gross, and I don't like it.
Exactly.
Making me pay more money just cause reasons.
Making me work even harder to con my 50% mobile viewers. Which I think is another thing my viewership like kind of appreciates. Like I don't shy away from the fact that like, I do it for a job. So I really like leaning into that.
Oh yeah. Oh
Because
yeah.
I feel like a lot of people just kind of go like, oh no, you didn't have to do that. I'm like, God damn right, you're buying my emotes.
Yes, you are. These are the
Oh
best
yeah, you
penguin
are.
emotes on Twitch.
23 of them. You want to go for the tier 3 package? Like I don't really beat around the bush. I'm not gonna fake it up. I
like
don't know.
like this is my livelihood, all right? Do you want them or
Yeah.
not? Money
Like, I'm
now.
not like, I'm not gonna like lie to people. Be like, no, I'm just doing this fun. Like, no, it's my full time job. I'm very invested in this, and I also just bought like 300 games this year. Please help me. I can barely afford McDonald's. Let's go,
I mean, could you afford ramen?
dude. I've been buying ramen on Amazon. Amazon is amazing if you want just cheapo ramen. Oh
Oh,
my god.
oh boy, tell me more.
$5, 1 day delivery, and they have like 20 different flavors like the Maruchan ramen. I got roast beef ramen behind me now, and next time I'll be getting like either creamy chicken or Cajun chicken ramen. Don't even care which one I'm getting, but $5 1 day delivery, I'm taking it.
You know, you're just making me hungry now thinking about it. Even though it's
Hey, too many
ramen.
carbs, you can't have it.
Of course not. Of course not. No, but still, like food. You know,
Hmm.
would love
That's
would love food.
that's the common like thing in my stream is just talking about food. And food always comes up because I feel like that's the one thing people love talking about because everyone has like their own invested interest in food and has like their own opinions on it. It's like food always comes up. And I think it's like another actual like a positive aspect of my stream is that I'm a Dead by Daylight streamer that will talk about Dead by Daylight, but it's not just Dead by Daylight. Like I am talking about wrestling, I am talking about retro games, I am talking about food, I am talking about like Adam Sandler differences between 1995 and 2004. You know, like it's just variety of topics. I think actually is a strong suit for me. Thank you for like having that come to my mind, for making that come to my mind.
You're welcome. This is what I do. I
Hmm.
feed your ego.
Oh yeah, dude, my ego's massive,
Oh, of course, of course. This is what this is for.
just ginormous.
This is what this whole podcast is for. So literally feed your entire ego. All right. If we feed your ego, then maybe you'll pay us at some point. Hopefully, or not
Oh,
take
you
it.
haven't got your checks?
No.
Oh,
Would love pay, please, please.
well,
Well,
seeing as you associate with Leon, I don't know if I can give you anything.
all right. Listen. Okay. I brought him in
Mm-hmm.
because you know he is a very mellow, wholesome streamer. Okay. He's
Define
Canadian.
wholesome.
Touche. Uh, he is very wholesome. He damn it, I vouched for him too. I think
It's very hard defending him,
eh, he's the one who started the war on pineapple on pizza in the Discord. All right, not me.
and he won't let it die. And I will fight him till the very death, to my dying breath.
We fight. All right, we all fight. If you guys don't know, our Discord is a war zone. Whenever pineapple on pizza comes up as a topic once every 3 weeks or so.
No, 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 no. Our Discord is a war zone whenever Leon shows up,
Touche, touche.
which is every day.
But usually the entire Discord is broken in like pieces and packs basically because you know pineapple on pizza doesn't need to exist, right? Me and Alex, we both know that. A lot of people would probably disagree with us, and you are wrong, and it's okay to have a wrong opinion. However,
No, it's not.
however, comma, exclamation point, another exclamation point, and then another exclamation point, because reasons. And that's my argument with that.
Yeah, you've made too much of an argument, and you're gonna feed Leon's ego, and we can't have that.
Listen, he's my friend, and
Uh-huh.
and I brought him in. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
you are the boss penguin. You can do whatever you
Yep.
want. This is all about you.
I could do whatever I want, but you know what? I don't always do whatever I want. You know, I gotta look out for the best interest of my fellow teammates.
So then, pineapple on pizza shouldn't be a thing. Got it.
It
Understood.
should not be a thing. Definitely not. I will not budge on that.
All right. So we're just gonna have like the word pineapple pizza banned in the
Uh-huh.
in the Discord now, effective immediately after the video's been posted, of course.
Almost definitely. Whenever we post this,
Yeah.
it'll be just short of the 2 year anniversary.
Man, 2 years again. 2 years,
Almost.
mellows. 2 years of
They're going up on 23 months, but you know it's close enough.
it's still a long time though. Growing
Well, it
strong,
feels like it's been a year, not 2 years.
dude. The first year didn't feel like anything because it went by so fast.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you had asked me last year to do a podcast, I was like, wait, it's already been a year. Oh, it has.
Mm-hmm.
Because so many things that had happened, new members, change of stream, change of job, change of life. A lot of things just happened to me all at the same time. So it just went by so fast. this last year, it felt a little slower, but also fast because again, a lot of things were just happening all at the same time for all of us. Um, but so Alex, I have a quick question for you.
Yeah.
When are you gonna take a day off?
Whenever I feel like I have to, and right now I straight up don't feel like I have to. Like I said, at day 1250, I was like the last planned day of the streak. I mean, like I could still go to 1500. I could go to 2000. I could possibly go to 3000. Like I don't know, but I just knew that I could not guarantee I could be doing daily with like the health issues I had just had, and just if burnout was going to possibly be a thing, which it hasn't been, not even close. Um, or like internet outages, weather. Like I wanted to cover myself to say like, hey, 1250, this may be it. I can't guarantee I'm going any further, but like right now, I'm in good spirits with everything, and I'm very invested in what I'm doing. I'm having a lot of fun with what I'm doing, so I have no intentions of slowing down anytime soon, unless it's absolutely necessary.
Interesting. So,
Plus, it's 2020. Would you really want to be living in the real world, not the Twitch world right now? Let's be real here.
this is true. This is true.
Yeah.
But so no family holidays like Christmas or Thanksgiving even. Just
I mean, I would spend the Christmas morning after I stream with my family. Then after like the morning, I would go sleep. I have not had Thanksgiving with my family for about 5 years. Um, the last four of my birthdays have been spent on Twitch, which I mean, fair enough for me.
money.
Oh yeah, dude, birthday's big business.
Why is it? Is it because they just want to throw money at you to say happy birthday, or they feel guilty that they have a sub debt that they have to pay?
Whatever gets me the most money is what I will answer.
Done. Well done. Well done. Well done.
hmm
I mean, so tell me a little bit more about the sub debt system that you have going on right now.
All right, so sub debt is what we give people when they act out of line in my stream. You do something bad, you are going to owe me X amount of subs. You play very poorly against me in Dead by Daylight and do something very mean, you maybe owe me a few tier 3s. You say something out of line, maybe a couple of tier 1s. You know? It's how we keep people in line with crippling debt like a real American.
Love it.
Right now, the highest debt goes to Wes, also known as Dreed on the team, who currently owes me 110 million subs.
110 million. Is that all tier threes or doesn't matter?
Mainly tier 1s.
Okay, it's almost like half $1 billion.
Mm-hmm. He deserved it.
Wow. Man, he must have really screwed up
Oh,
there.
he did something very bad, and it was the swiftest punishment I've ever swung the gavel down for, and I stand by it.
What did he do?
He sniped my match in Dead by Daylight, put me on Haddonfield, and used a key and teabag me.
Oh, that is the ultimate punishment. Okay, no,
Oh
that's
yeah.
fair. That's fair.
Oh yeah, what a dick.
Yeah, no, yeah, no.
I hope he stays bald for life. You can be bald too, Gonzo. You rock it. Wes, you better be bald for life.
Oh boy. Yeah, sorry, Wes. You kind of deserve that there. Do you have a clip of that? Or a highlight
I
of
do
that?
not have a clip of that.
That would have been great. So every time you'll have a West command or something, and they'll bring up that one video, and yeah, that kind of just sucks. You don't ever want to go against Alex and have a key and teabag him and put him on Haddonfield all at the same time. Like
Three people have done it.
Three?
3 people have done it to me. One of my common viewers, Star Striker, I was like, Star Striker, you're gonna owe me so many tier 3 subs. And once I finish the sentence, I got a tier 3 sub. And I'm like, I love this system so much.
It's not a rigged system or anything. It's a beautiful system.
Definitely. It's a great system. It allowed me to buy Dino Crisis 3 on the Xbox earlier. I'm very happy.
Well, that's good. That's good. At least we're all funding your addictions, and that makes us all happy.
At least like people like know exactly what the fuck I'm gonna buy, like when they sub or like donate to me or anything. Like people know it's going straight to retro games and like DoorDash. Like there's like no doubt about like what's happening. For the most part, it's either keeping streamer alive or giving streamer more content to stream.
Yeah, I mean, at least you're very transparent about it. A lot of people be like,
I
"Yeah,
am.
no, this is all going for charity and stuff," and meanwhile, they're like buying Gucci.
I am as transparent as it comes with everything. Or
Give
try to be.
give me money for more content. Literally more content.
I am not one that's going to be like lying to my viewers about anything or beat around the bush.
I mean, there's really no need to, I feel.
Everyone knows you don't have to lie to them. Most people don't really care. Whatever you want to do, you can do.
Oh yeah, Twitch is different now, so
Twitch is so different than when I first started. My God.
yes, it has changed completely. But I mean, it is what it is. People grow, we grow, we learn, obviously, and yeah. But on behalf of the Mellow Fellows, I do want to say that, we all thank you for what you do. You're wonderful boss penguin. You give us time to take care of ourselves and, to eat. Eating is good, even though you don't pay us, but that's fine.
I think I've probably subbed to every single one of you at least 3 times over.
At least 3 times over. Exactly. Exactly. Our money goes to you, which then comes back to us, kind of.
Uh-huh.
So that's how that works. It's a money laundering scheme that he's working on, but uh but yeah, man, thanks so much for doing this. I mean, I had recently thought about interviewing you, but I was like, well, it's perfect timing if we did it for the 2-year anniversary. Why not?
Feed my ego.
Feed ego now. It's been fun. It's been fun just to catch up and hang out with you, and would love to do this again, even if it's not a 2-year anniversary, maybe the 3-year anniversary.
Just do it every single day. Just keep feeding my ego. I love having my ego fed.
Oh,
man.
of course, and I feel like I do a great job at it. I feel like I do a great job at it. I could do better.
Feel so good.
I mean, I could pull out the script that you gave me earlier to say, quote, if you like penguin emotes, please subscribe to twitch.tv/AlexIsPlaying. I repeat, twitch.tv/AlexIsPlaying.
September tier 2, tier 3 multi-month.
September tier 2, tier 3 multi-months. What else, Alex?
You're just directly saying the lines you're supposed to go into, like what those mean.
Oh, right, yeah. September, you pay less money for subbing if you're new to channel. Tier 1 is how much again?
$4.99.
$4.99.
No, $3.99.
$3.99. Sorry, $3.99. And tier 2 is what again?
$7.99.
$7.99. And tier 3 is 23.
It's like 20.
Like 20. All right. Yeah. So those tier 1 is $3.99, and tier 2 is $7.99, and tier 3 emotes are $20 now. So make sure to grab those emotes over at twitch.tv/AlexIsPlaying. He does a lot of Dead by Daylight streams, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Good times. We'll treat you like a true penguin and give you sub debt. But again, thank you for hanging out with us, Alex. And as always, you guys take care of yourselves. Thanks again for watching.
Hey. You need to let me plug my stuff at the end. You're not gonna let me feed my ego and plug all my channels?
No. Listen.
Hey,
all right.
You listen to me.
Fine. All right. He has a YouTube channel. He has Twitch. He has merch.
I'm doing it right now. I'm going.
Go ahead and
YouTube.com/AlexIsPlaying. Do you like Tower Unite? Watch my videos. Get me a YouTube partnership. Do it. Twitch.tv/AlexIsPlaying. Buy my emotes. Do you like retro and Dead by Daylight? You don't watch me anyways and buy my emotes. Twitter.com/AlexIsUpdating. I tweet things. Miracle Whip followed me today. I'm very proud of that. They noticed me. Thank you.
I mean, this is content. Like, how could you say no to content, guys? Make sure to go follow him. At least drop a follow. Say hi to him. He'll definitely say hi back to you. And again, appreciate you guys hanging out. You guys have a good one.